Hey everyone, this is Hypo Wow. Welcome back to more Kirby 64: The Crystal Shards. In the last episode, we completed the first two levels, and this episode, we're gonna finish off Pop Star. And so, starting off, I'm actually going to get rid of this and hold on to the bomb ability for a little bit. But I'm going to get the Mega Cutter because we need that for a shard coming up later on. So I'm gonna just run through everything. Let me see if I can show off another combo here coming up. Okay, so here's one. Bomb and Fire will give you fireworks. You can press B 3 times to basically do a triple jump. So there's that. And I'm gonna actually get these two circles here, and see, there we go. There's an extra life for you. And so we see the return of the Mega Cutter. And so we're actually gonna need that here pretty soon for one of the shards coming up. I think it's the second one or so. It's something like that. But anyway, let's keep going. So, this song's actually kind of cool. I think that's one thing that I really love about this game is this game's soundtrack. It's really an upbeat, like really upbeat soundtrack. But the same can be said for pretty much most of the Kirby game series. Actually, fun fact: I actually played this game before Kirby's. I played Canvas Curse before I played this game, so that's where I recognize a lot of the music from. The thing about Kirby's Canvas, though, that I never really... it's kind of one of my gripes, if you will, was that it had barely any original songs. I mean, what it had was great, but it was from a bunch of other Kirby games, and back here is another healing item, if you want it, is a maximum tomato. So the majority of music from Kirby's Canvas Curse came from this game and Kirby's Adventure, and then there was one song from Kirby's Dream Land 3 and another from Kirby's Dream Land 2. Now don't get me wrong, I really loved the style and the music that it had, I really did. But the thing is, I really would have loved to see a couple more original soundtracks in that game. I mean, it had a few for the final boss and everything, and there were even a few remixes, but I still would like to see a little bit more originality from that game. But if you do have a DS still, I would recommend and go picking that game up because it was pretty good when I had it, and I actually still do have it, as a matter of fact. So this is the area I was referring to where we needed the Mega Cutter for, as designated by this green block. If we break it, we get our first shard of the level. And so Adeline's here to give us a free 1-up, so we have that. And immediately after this room, here's our third shard. Actually, second shard, excuse me. Because I forgot there's still another shard in this level here. So I remember a friend of mine let me borrow this game when I was younger for my N64, and I was really into the Kirby series, even though this was like after Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror had come out. But this was a really good find for me. I had no idea this game even existed, so I was excited to play it. And I remember when I first played it, I immediately fell in love with this game because I recognized some of the music from Canvas Curse and all that, like I said before. And I remember even pouring in countless hours to find a lot of these tricky behind shards, but we will get to those when we get to those. So this is probably my third playthrough of this game, and like I said, I'm going to try and show off as many combos as I can, and I'm also going to be getting every last shard in the game. So if I miss any, I'll just go back at the end of the episode just to show where they are. King DDD, will you ever cease from being a troll? So I'm actually kind of glad I kept this power up this time. This is King DDD. He's another mainstay in the Kirby series, like the most reoccurring enemy. So this is the only friend boss that we have 2 stages in. This first stage, he'll basically just do his normal attacks that he does from the other Kirby series, and I love how his stomach just immediately just turns into an eye, and there goes the first form. That's weird. I could have sworn he has 2 forms. Never mind. But no, seriously, I seriously thought he had 2 forms, because that's actually the first time I played him and only beat him in 1 form. So that was pretty quick. Let's see. I'm probably gonna go after this card. Or not. So these cards you can collect after every minigame are basically just enemy cards. These are kind of similar to the catalogs from Paper Mario, except without enemy descriptions. So again, we have another mainstay in the Kirby series. This is Wispy Woods. And every boss in this game has 2 forms. So first off, we have to destroy these Wispy Juniors. But if you don't have a power-up, then you can actually eat these apples from him and then spit them out at the Wispy Juniors as well. And so each of these Wispy Juniors has 2 hits on them. And so Wispy will get very, very angry, and then he'll send his roots at us. So what we have to do is just shoot the cutter at the roots in order to defeat him. And he'll start shooting his wind at us, and you can eat up these apples as well to shoot at the roots. I'd recommend trying to get 2 in a row, because if you suck up 2 or more things, then it'll do a very significant more amount of damage. And so he'll shoot out apples again, and we'll wait again. So one thing I love about the Kirby's Dream Land series is that every game in the series has its own unique art style. You look at a game like this where everything's mostly plaid and checkered, and you look at Kirby's Epic Yarn, you know, everything is yarn. And I think that really what makes this series for me more than any other series. They basically do the same cycle over and over again, so this is actually a really easy boss, obviously since it's a first level and all. And I really wish that the cutters couldn't go out as far, so we could actually beat this a little bit quicker. So yeah, shoot at your apples again. We'll wait on your roots. And he's down for the count. And with that, next episode we'll be taking on Rockstar. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. This has been Hypo Wallow, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. Take care, everybody.